Hey Libra, this is your general tarot reading for Libra, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising Sign for the month of October. What happens in October? It's Libra season. So that means that for many of you it's your birthday. So bring out the bouquets, please. Bring on the dancers spotlight. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Libra who were born in October. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday October Libras, and to the September Libras, I hope you had a fabulous, fabulous birthday. So what's going to be happening this month now when it's all good vibes, good strong vibes for Libra this month with the sun shining brightly on you? Well, this is a month where very, very positive things are happening for you. You're looking good, you're communicating well, you're getting all the things that you like, getting all the things that you want, but there is something missing. And this is what I feel the universe is going to give you this month. That thing that's missing, and that thing that has been making you feel powerless, that thing that has been really stressing you out. And what is that thing? The gift of finally being able to say what you couldn't bloody say before. Speak up, speak out, open it right out there and have that conversation that you felt you couldn't have. Speak to that person in a very direct and blunt way, in a way before that you felt, I can't do that. My Libra diplomatic side of me is blocking me from actually being as blunt as I need to be. So the universe is coming in and saying, Libra, I need you to receive this big gift because you're getting everything else that you want. You're a bit spoiled this month. Pluto going direct in the 4th house in Capricorn. Things within your home, within your family, maybe starting to get a little bit easier, maybe. A few challenges though still this month. Your career maybe getting a little bit easier, still a few challenges, but it's almost like the challenges that will be overcome are overcome through this gift of just being blunt, being direct. No fighting, no arguing, no bickering, no pettiness, no kind of getting into a hump over something, but just saying, this is the conversation we should have had a long time ago. This is what I wanted to say to you a long time ago. This is what I can't put up with. This is what I disagree with. This is what makes absolutely no sense to me. This is what makes me feel that you don't give a shit about me. This is what makes me feel that you're just running ahead with something like a crazy person and I'm there fighting fire, running after you. It's nuts, it's insane, and it makes no sense. It's not logical, and I have bitten my tongue for far too long, but you know the gift from the universe is coming in, that big healing gift that is actually going to have a knock-on effect on my career in a positive way. It's going to have a knock-on effect in my home life, where I live, what I do, my relationships in general in a positive way. Once I lift that scar and let it heal, open it out and just say the bloody thing. And you are being given the gift this month of saying it. And it's Mars this month who's bringing you partially. He's driving it. He is the driver. He's partially bringing it. So he's the courier. He's bringing that to you because he's sitting in there with you. What date does he move in? On October 4th, he moves into Libra. And then we've got the full moon in Aries on the opposite side of things. Now Mars rules Aries. So he's trying to bring some sort of diplomatic balance here. But he's saying, this is you don't win this by beating around the bush or saying, oh, I'll wait for a better time, or I'll find the most opportune moment. Or he's saying, come on, blunt, direct, I'm with you. You're not doing this alone. If you've been afraid to say something, if you've been afraid to just vent. You're an air sign, and what does air love to do? It wants to vent. And Mars is saying, let's build our tactics. He's the military one. Let's build our little strategy. Let's build this plan. Let's get out the blueprints. And let's do this with a great sense of confidence. Confidence because you have a plan. Confidence because you know that you're not going to lose. But confidence because when you know you do this, you're backed up to the hilt with Mars energy. And this in turn heals something in you, but it could also heal a relationship that had that tension, that had that, oh, if only I could catch you and tell you what I really feel kind of vibe going on about it. It heals it. Now that could be a negative thing, or it could be something else that's happening. Maybe it's some of you that really feel, I am missing an opportunity to tell this person that I love them. I'm missing an opportunity to tell this person how I feel about something. I'm missing all these opportunities to express something that's deeply important to me. Not anymore, because ding dong, here comes the universe with your parcel. Open it all right out, and it is that thing of say it, vent it, let it be blown out there, and there comes your healing. Now, of course, none of this has to be done in an angry way. As I said, none of this has to be done in a bloodthirsty kind of I'm going to get you and I'm going to tear you apart way. It doesn't have to happen like that. Mars isn't always that. What Mars is quick, decisive, confident, bold. He will look you straight in the face and he will not flinch because he means business and it's honest. This is my honest truth. This is how I honestly feel, and I have every right to, speak this. So, that's the vibe. It's the first two cards hop out. Yeah, that one. Then that one, kind of Venus in Virgo style card. So let's get a few more of these cards going on, because that's the real strong energy for you, Libra. That real moment of not putting up with anything anymore. Not putting up with feeling that your mind is being totally hijacked by something that you feel you're unable to resolve. Your mind is hijacked by not being able to say something to that person. Your mind is hijacked maybe by other people constantly driving something in your life. And you're saying, I want that back. I want my decisions back. I want my ability to make up my own bloody mind back. I want to make a clear run at something that I'm passionate about, or a clear run at somebody that I'm passionate about, without this thing of will I, won't I, will I, won't I, I'll wait for the right time. But there is not a right time. Now is the right time. And that's perfect. It's beautiful. I love it. Now, Libra, there are other things going on apart from that, but you know what we've just spoken about there, as I said earlier, will have a very positive knock-on effect on all the other corners of your life, because it's almost like the vent, the release, the pressure has come out of something, and all other things which are kind of touched by that will get better. Money is a big issue for this month too, and your confidence and the value that you put on things and even people in your life. There could be a real moment here this month, Libra, where you might feel a bit distant or alienated somewhat emotionally from people that you genuinely care about, partners, friends, other people. It's like they're all off somewhere else doing their own thing. And you're not emotionally connected to them in some way. There is a bit of a mismatch, but that again can be fixed this month. I also feel for some of you, there's a moment where you might be missing somebody around the time of your birthday, really, really missing them. But if there's an opportunity here, Libra, not to miss them, call them, contact them, invite them to your birthday dinner or whatever it is, invite them out or be there. Don't go through this month feeling like you're missing somebody. Arrange something, plan something, and even if it's only through Skype, have a kind of party on Skype. It can be done. You're a very imaginative person, Libra. do something where you don't feel disconnected to somebody. Now, if that person is in spirit, again, you can do something wonderful to connect with them. Celebrate your birthday, celebrate the triumphs that are going to be happening for you this month. Celebrate the positive things that might be happening in your relationships once you kind of break some emotional block that's there. Talk to spirit and just say, look what I've done, look how far I've come, look at how I can say the things so easily now that I couldn't say before. Look at how I can do the things in my life now so easily that I just felt were such a challenge before. Look how I'm making progress when I was freaking terrified to make progress before. Look at how far I've come. So, Libra, I just feel beautiful energy here for you. Really beautiful. And I said this to Aries because you are sharing quite similar energies to Aries, your opposite sign this month. That feeling of, look how much I've grown. Look how much I'm not afraid anymore to make something of my life. Look how much I'm not afraid to be blunt and direct with somebody or some situation. It makes me feel like I've grown. It makes me feel like I've pushed past something. And it makes me feel like the wind is at my back again. And I just get that feeling for you, Libra. Sometimes I get these images, and it's that feeling of you standing high up on a hill with the wind at your back and just feeling that I can breathe again. It's not trapped inside me. I've spoken, I've said it, and I'm proud of myself. And I did it the right way, and I did the right thing. And it feels good, and I feel like, air dried or air cleaned, like having an air wash. And it just feels gorgeous. It really feels gorgeous, Libra. So it's very strong. Now, doubling back there are some energies this month to do with money. And one of the things I would ask you not to do is to worry so much about your savings, your investments, taxes, your bank account, where you store your money, where you store your valuables, possessions that you have that are rock solid. Even for some of you, it's like your home. It's something that has great value, and value is stored in it. So like I said, bank account, anything like that. And not to be so stressed about that this month, Libra. There may need to be some kind of push here a little bit to break through some fears or worries about assets that you have, or your bank account, or taxes, your bookkeeping, anything like that. It takes a little bit of a push here, Libra, but your confidence will just, boom, go sky high once you deal with these things that have been a little bit of a worry for you. And like I said, those things are financial, or to do with assets, or to do with a side business that you have, or the future of a business that you have. Again, direct, blunt, this is your gift. Speak it out. Make that appointment with your accountant, with your boss, with your human resources, with whoever it is. Get it clear. Because when you do, that's your gift. And it's very strong. Libra, sometimes I get images, sometimes I kind of hear things, feel things, but for me it's more of a feeling I have, and it's beautiful. It's exhilaration. It's, I've done it. I've said it. And it's a triumphant feeling. It's a feeling of, what I'm getting is, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. You're feeling very exhilarated, Libra, with something that's happened, and I am sure there's a success there. I am sure of it. Could be to do with your career or a home thing, finding the money to do something with your career or home, getting investors going on there, finding a right way to manage certain things in your life. It's like For me, it's just like that big final breath out saying, I did it, I did it. So it's beautiful. Now let me get some cards going on here, because that's the strongest vibe I have for you, Libra, the strongest vibe. Now, let me get a few cards going on here. I hope you're doing some nice things for your birthday. Oh, a bunch of cards came out here. Look at this beauty that came out. Then that. The Wheel of Fortune. Actually, I apologize, that came out that way. And then that. One last card, Libra. I hope you're doing nice things. Are you going to be spoiling yourself? I hope you're certainly going to be spoiled, as two cards came out. And the reason why I'm going to take them is because the first one is Venus, your ruler, of course, making an appearance for you. But she didn't come alone. She brought a gift, because this card hopped out beside her. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Love, the Ace of free flow of the heart, the one who heals and finally purges the stagnancy inside of you and allows a great level of healing to come. There is love here, Libra. Strong love, maybe even for the singles, new love. If you're in a partnership, very, very, very strong, pure love. So I like it. Libra, let's get over to your birthday cards, to your big grand ta-da overview. So we start off with you wanting to take an adventure, but it's like, I want to take an adventure, but I don't want to take that adventure. This is the feeling of being all fired up. Maybe you and somebody, your partner and somebody else, maybe wanting to do something together, wanting to go somewhere, have an adventure, experience something together. But there's a real moment of hold your horses. Whoa, Nelly, I don't like where this experience is going. I don't want to do that thing maybe anymore with that person, or I don't want to do it in that way. Such strong similarities between you and Aries this month. It's like I've got all this fire and passion and intensity in me, but I up until now, I haven't been able maybe to explain to somebody that I don't want to put my energy into that. Maybe I don't want to put my energy into a certain relationship anymore. I don't want to put my energy into a project anymore, into a business thing, a financial thing, whatever it may be. I don't want to put my energy into a person in general anymore. But I don't want to waste this energy. There's a better idea. There's a better way to do this. So whoa, Nelly, on going along with something. For many of you, I feel it's, for those of you in a relationship, it's with your partner, kind of calling halt. Now that could be a business partner or a love partner, calling halt on something and saying, this is not my mission. This is the knight, always on a mission, and a mission of valor, honor, integrity. And you're saying there's no integrity here with this if we're going this direction. And Libra, you value honesty, you value integrity. And there's something in you that's saying, I don't like the direction that this is going. And if I can't convince this person to change direction, then, excuse me, then I probably have to tell them that I don't want to do this at all. So there's again this real thing of needing to speak up, needing to say it, needing to have that strategy with Mars as your ally this month to say, how do I do this? It's got to be said, but how do I do it in a very clean, honorable way? Because the truth seems to be that you just don't want to go down a certain road with somebody anymore. You don't want to. And I think last month was a real eye-opener for you. When Venus was in Virgo, something happened, I think, around September, maybe end of August, September, where there was a real thing of, this isn't paying up. If it's a business thing, it's like, this doesn't make any financial sense or business sense. If it's a relationship thing, there's a thing of, this doesn't make me feel grounded or secure. This doesn't feel like where I need to be. I want to be more grounded and solid. I want to feel steadier. in what I'm doing. I want to feel like I'm making a good solid foundation on something. I don't want to be going around like a feather in the wind, blowing here, there and everywhere, going along with this idea, that idea, and maybe something will change, the wind will change. No, just give me something solid that I can believe in. Give me something solid that I can love and give my time, energy and commitment to. Give me something real here in this relationship. Give me something that I can build upon and work upon. Then I'll put my energy into it. So, going back to what I had said earlier, there's that disconnect. You and somebody else or something else, it's like you're going in different ways and it's rubbing and causing friction and causing the kind of fire that you don't want lit, and a fire of anger, maybe even resentment about not being able to explain why. Maybe the other person's a nice person or something. There's a reason why you're not able to explain something to somebody, or has been up until this month, because that changes. And whatever, I get the feeling once it's said, you're far better off. Whatever happens, now this could be a very negative thing. You might have to just chop somebody out and say, I'm sorry to have to do this to you, I really am, but chop, I'm sorry. But this is for my benefit, this is for my sanity, this is for my welfare. Maybe this is even for my coin. I can't maybe financially support this kind of relationship anymore. I can't feel secure with you anymore, for some of you. And then on the other side, maybe some of you are needing to have it out so that you can get to a point where the two of you are more solid, more secure, and able to move on in a much healthier way. Healthy because you now feel that from where you're standing now, everything makes more practical sense. Now, there is a battle coming, a battle, an emotional battle. Because there could be the energy here of somebody with Sun, Moon or Ascendant, either Cancer or Aquarius here. Maybe they're the ones that you have this emotional battle with, an emotional tug of war. It's, I can't say anything. I want to go in and challenge them, but if it's not Aquarius or Cancer, it's that same vibe of somebody who can be very provoking, but then when they provoke you to a point and you go in and say something to them, they crumble and they get crushed and they get all disappointed and they break, like you've just told them it's the end of the world. So there's a kind of, they keep provoking you, but yet you're saying, but if I go in and attack, or if I go in and say my piece, they just fall apart. They've no inner strength. They crumble. They've no emotional maturity, maybe even in some cases. And then they cry maybe like babies in some cases. And you're saying, I can't be responsible for that. That's very strong, actually. That's very strong. It's like a truth that can't be said because this other person is very emotionally vulnerable. Vulnerable. But yet, they play on that. It's almost like an adult baby. An adult child. Somebody who never developed true strength of emotional character here. They can go into an absolute emotional crisis if you pick them up on something that they're doing. And that's the most frustrating thing, Libra. Now I get it. The most frustrating thing is that, like, say, like typical Aquarius energy that might be gone a bit rogue, they don't necessarily have to be Aquarius, that they get they pinch and they provoke and they say things, and you're saying, oh my God, they are just begging me to say something. They are begging me to say something. But of course I can't, because if I say it, it's the end of the emotional world for them. Okay, so I get it. So what are you going to do? There's your issue. What are you going to do? Are you going to allow this to continue? I mean, maybe part of them growing up requires a diplomatic, well thought out, but strong and direct approach by saying, here's how it is. This is the truth. This is what it is. No emotions. We're not going to get all tangled in emotions. I'm just going to speak openly, honestly, and they are the facts. And I don't want you to lose your shit because it's not necessary. Don't want you to get all messy, angry, emotional, dramatic. It's not necessary. It's not what we need here. We just need an adult conversation. Because this, and not to fear doing that, because this could be a great learning curve for the other person too. This is how an adult is supposed to communicate. You know, so that's very strong. I feel that very strongly for some of you dealing with somebody who's like an adult child. And don't. It's important that you don't become almost in some way a victim to them and the way that they play that vulnerability in some cases. Okay? So be blunt, be direct, but you don't have to be hurtful, and that's the point. And when you do, look, your strength comes back. This is fire, the fire queen. She's also very sensitive, very good-humoured, and very intuitive. She intuitively knows how to handle every situation, and she sits right back and allows the best of something to happen. And I think she's also very, very strong, very blunt. And I think that's what's needed. And not to be afraid, Libra, of saying something blunt, knowing full well that it has the capacity to hurt somebody. Now, you would say that's counterintuitive, you know, where I would say to you, you know, go ahead and say something to somebody, but it's going to hurt them. You know, you would think, you would think that's a terribly mean thing to say. Why would you ask or encourage me to say something to somebody knowing full well it's going to hurt them deeply? And I think part of what I'm feeling here, Libra, is this is part of a healing curve maybe for both of you. It heals you by saying, you have full permission to say this. The other person will get hurt, but maybe it's also an opportunity for them to grow, an opportunity for them to maybe be told a truth, but from a diplomatic person like you. There could have been another person that could have done it to them and could have gone in with their knife and really hurt them and damaged them. But if you handle it right, you can say your piece. It will hurt, but if it's done in a nice way, then there's a kindness to it for both of you. So that's very strong. You've the strength now to say it. And yes, it will hurt them, but that can't be your real responsibility. Your only responsibility is to handle it like a mature and caring person who doesn't say anything in such a way that's deliberately designed to hurt. Sorry, Libra, I just locked it out there. Now we'll move on. Now look at this beauty. 2 aces. Okay, one is upright, one is reverse. The first ace is the gift, the big birthday gift. And I think that's what's happening. We discussed this, Libra. Getting your ability to be direct, fiery, passionate, with Mars in there in the 7th house. Get your ability again to, Mars in the 1st house, I beg your pardon, Mars in Libra. Get your ability back again to be direct, blunt, forthright, to say it as it is. That is the gift that's coming your way. To reconnect again also to your passions in some way. Reconnect to your partner, for those in a relationship, passionately, to reconnect with your passions in your life in general again. It's like, don't go through this life, Libra, feeling like everything is a compromise, feeling like everybody else has a plan, or feeling like everything else is being lit up by other people and you're just going along with it. You've got your own fire, your own passion and your own adventures. And we opened up with that card, which is the same thing. I feel it's like make a big decision to run with something this month, Libra, but something that you make a decision upon, something that is passionate for you, that gives you joy, happiness, contentment, that makes you feel solid and grounded, gives you a sense of security. May also be something that could bring in coin for you. So if it's a relationship, let it be a very strong and steady and solid relationship. And that will reconnect you to your feelings again. That will reconnect you to your passions again. Don't just go along with your partner, or even if you're getting into a new relationship this month, don't just fall into a relationship. It's like get back engaged with life where you're all in. All the passions are there in relationships. All the passions are there in the work that you do, in the decisions you're making, that you're all in. That is so strong, and that is the gift that's coming your way. I feel some of you have real strong passions to do something, and you know that it's a good idea, but you're being too hesitant about it. You're being too... For me, it's like not making a clear, forthright decision to go with something. Not making a clear, forthright decision to maybe redirect the path that your relationship is on or other relationships are on. It's bluntness. That is your gift, to bring back and to put more kind of organization back into this skill of being blunt and direct and forthright, without fearing that other people will cry or fall apart or get into a mess. And strongly again, that thing, Libra, getting that fire. You have the fire. It's not that the fire is missing, but it's the connection to your fire. No, nothing in your life should be without that connection to your fire, that connection to your soul. This thing of going along with other people, going along with decisions, going along with the status quo, just ticking over, that's not okay anymore, Libra. It's not okay. I mean, you've got the North Node of Destiny in your 10th house in Cancer, of being able to emotionally connect in the 10th house, where you stand by something that you emotionally connect to, that you physically connect to. And that is where you're going this month. That is the gift. But to get to that gift, the first hurdle is speaking up and speaking out. So, it's intense, Libra. It's intense, but this seems to be it's like a gift that's a parcel that keeps opening, and there's more gifts inside. You know, speak up and be blunt and direct, and there's another gift. What is that gift? Well, once you pass the first gift, then you've got the gift of getting your passion and your connection back to certain things. But then it opens up again, and then you suddenly feel that you can speak up to somebody, or that you can start a new project or a new relationship that's more solid, and it keeps going on and on. It's the gift that keeps giving. You know, that's what it is. Now, one of the big things that I think that's going to change coming towards the end of the month is a money and home situation. It's been a long road for you, trying to figure out where to live. Some of you trying to make big changes in the home that you're living in, or in the family dynamic, trying to maybe pull away from certain family members in order to focus more on your needs, maybe even focus more on your career. And it's a feeling of, it's been tough. But again, that thing of, look how far I've come. Maybe some of you have left one home, one environment, or one strong, steady place and shifted to another. And it's been tough. Maybe family dynamics have changed. Maybe in the last couple of years you've children, or family dynamics have just radically changed. Maybe some family members have left. And it took a lot of getting used to for many of you. But this month, especially towards the end of the month, there's this thing of, that's another gift that's coming your way. That feeling of, look how far I've come. I'm not afraid of it anymore. I'm going with this. I'm getting strength from where I am right now, and I'm ready to leave behind where I've been. It's very, 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 very strong. Now, this card hopping up is one last thing that kind of bothers me, Libra. And this is kind of anger about not being able to finalize something that's emotional. So I strongly feel some of you at the start of the month will really feel the energy and go in and have that purging moment with somebody. But I think some of you will want to put it off, see how it plays out, maybe having a little bit of fear about doing it, not feeling it's the right time, I can't catch them at a good time, putting it off. And I think for those of you who put it off, it might be a little bit more difficult. It might never be said. And you might say, oh, well then that's good, isn't it? I don't have to say it. That builds inner anger, because this is like Mars and Pisces energy, very deep, deep, deep subconscious anger that will get stuck there if you don't say it. And that's what I need to tell you. If you're really trying to put this off, hoping that it will go away, it'll go away. But the problem is where it will go. It will go deep and in, and it might get a bit painful. So I'm really doing my best to try to encourage you, if you recognize what I'm talking about here, to speak up, to say it. Please, 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 please do it as soon as you can. There is not a right moment. The right moment is now. The right moment is not waiting to see them next week, blah, blah, blah. The right moment is pick up the phone and make an appointment, meet them for coffee now, okay? Don't let this moment pass. Please, Libra, please. We leave the month with the Empress, the one who is the harvest queen. She receives everything. This is my bounty. Keep bringing me the gifts. Keep bringing me all the good things. Keep telling me that I look fabulous. Keep telling me that you like my new style that I have now with all the energy in the first house. Keep telling me that you like what I'm saying, like what I'm doing. Just keep bringing all the good stuff, the food, the wine, whatever it is, the love. Keep bringing that, because I feel, Libra, more and more of that is coming your way as we leave the month, which is really sweet. I mean, we will leave Libra season on the 23rd of October. And even still, after that, I feel you're still receiving the good things, last minute gifts, people coming to visit you maybe, people sending things by post, couriers or whatever. There's the thing of it keeps coming. But you know, the one last gift that really, really comes for you before the month ends is love. Self-love, respect for yourself because you've said what needed to have been said. Respect maybe for your partner in a new way because you're starting a more loving chapter. Respect for yourself maybe if you had to chop somebody out of your life and doing it in a respectful, loving and healing way. Respect for the level of healing in general that you are bringing into your life, because you're beginning again to connect emotionally with life, emotionally with yourself, and how you bring the fire and the passion to the things that you do. There's a great healing happening for you, Libra, and it seems that it's an abundance of healing, an abundance of pure, pure love. Strongly around October 30th, I feel that very, very strong love. Maybe some of you communicating in such a deep and meaningful way with somebody, your partner or somebody new. It's very strong and it's very beautiful. And lucky you to be able to communicate strongly, because the last thing that I have to say, and we'll say it quickly, Halloween, of course, October 31st. Is there anything scarier to deal with on Halloween than the fact that Mercury is going retrograde? Yeah, I know, I've said it. We'll deal with that. You might feel the start of that this month. You might feel it. That's why I'm asking you to pay attention to your coins and not to get so super worried about your money. Resolve that, have a plan, because maybe next month It'll all be a bit more focused maybe on finances, money, and healing yourself and your own sense of self-worth, self-value and self-esteem. That's going to be built. It's going to get solid over the next while. So that's why I'm really doing my best here, Libra, to try to encourage you to do what needs to be done here this month so that you've a real strong head start on what's coming in the next couple of months. My love, I'm going to leave it at that. And you know these are the general energies. By now you know for your deeper birthday cards, you have to come to the VIMEO readings, the deep read. In the description box down there below, you'll see a link, click into it. And we go right in, Libra, as you probably know already. We go into relationships, we get very deep into that. If you're single, we're going to see what birthday magic is coming your way. Is there new love? I wonder, I feel it. Money and career, again, some pressure might be going on there this month, but you'll get through it. Family, friends and home, again, a little bit more pressure, but I think you'll figure it out, no problem. And anything else that we didn't talk about here in the general read, we'll go into it in the deep read. So Libra, come along to the deep read and we'll open it all out. And I'm going to leave it at that, my beauty. And I'm going to leave you, well, as always, with all my love. And I'm going to leave you with a big, big birthday kiss. September babies too. Big birthday kiss. Mwah, and a kiss for birthday luck. Mwah. Until next month, my beauty, have a wonderful Libra season. Bye.